Hi everybody and welcome to Mike's Hidden Histories. Today I want to tell you about a famous Irishman who happens to be the patron saint of Cornwall, and his name was Saint Piran. And I'm here in the southwest of England in Cornwall, near Piran Port in fact, on the dunes which is associated with Saint Piran. Now there were other Irish saints associated here with Cornwall, Saint Buddock, Saint Bracca, Saint Germain, Saint Law. They're minor saints compared to Saint Piran, and his story is very interesting. Now we first hear of Saint Piran when he was the confessor and priest at the court of King Angus of Munster, and that was in the 5th century. So this is when he lived. He's supposed to have died around 480 AD. While he attended the king, he was famous for the miracles that he performed. And one miracle he apparently performed concerned 7 harpists. Now these were crossing a bog one day, and they were all fell into a bog hole, all drowned, and their harps came to the surface. And King Angus was so upset by this that he hung the harps on the trees, and to listen to the sad music that was with the wind blowing through the strings of the harp, it created this sad music. And this moved St. Piran so much that he prayed for 3 days and 3 nights, and lo and behold, the harpists surfaced again after 1 month under the water in the bog hole, and they were perfect, and off they went playing their harps again. Now, things turned a little bit sour on another occasion when the king fancied another lady in his court, and he really wanted to get rid of his wife, I suppose. And but St. Piran was said that's against the law, you cannot do that, and in fact preached to the court about it as well. This enraged the king, so he instructed his warriors to take Piran, to take him up to a hilltop, up to the top of a cliff, in fact, tie a big millstone, granite millstone around his neck and throw him into the ocean. And this is what happened. So the warriors threw him off the cliff, and he landed on the surface below, and immediately the sea calmed. And in fact, the granite rock came to the surface with him tied to it. So he sat up on it, and it moved all across, floated the whole way across here to the north coast of Cornwall, across the Celtic Sea. And he landed here, just behind me here on the beach. And he realized then this is what God wanted him. He wanted him to convert people here to Christianity and to preach here. So he became famous for his preaching, and he built this oratory here. And this is St. Piran's oratory. It's in the sand dunes here. He was renowned for his merriment. He wasn't a dour individual. In fact, he liked his food and drink as well. And he became known as the patron saint of tin miners. And the story goes that he had a big fire going one night, preparing a feast, and one of the rocks, part of it melted, and this bright substance flowed out of the rock onto the ground and formed the shape of a cross. And it was tin. Now he rediscovered tin because the Romans, when they were here, used to mine tin. So the flag, the Cornish flag, is a white cross representing the tin, and the black on black, and that represented dark granite, the color of dark granite that was here. So that's how he became and remains the patron saint of tin miners. Now, another story here, he performed miracles, but one of those stories is when a local chieftain kidnapped a nun, and he wanted this nun for himself, and Piran was against this, and the chief said, look, I'll let her go if I hear a cuckoo in the morning. Now in the middle of November there are no cuckoos. So again, St. Piran prayed all night, and lo and behold, the cuckoo was heard by the chief in the morning. So he let the nun go, and he converted to Christianity. Now this monastery itself, we have the monastery and we have the cross. This is a picture of the cross, which is on the hill here as well, St. Piran's cross. So the monastery was built here in the 4th century, and it remained in use until the 10th century. And it was abandoned then because of the encroachment of the sand dunes and the sand. And it was lost then in time, over time. They built what was now called the Old Church, St. Piran's Church, across the stream here in the 12th century. And in 1805, that was the stone and rock from that was used to build what is now called the new church of St. Piran in Piran Port. But in the 1890s, this ugly structure here was built around it. It was much higher. And this is the church here. This is the church inside here. And these are pictures of the church I'll show you now. But um, this was built to protect uh, the structure from all the souvenir hunters that were coming here when it was discovered in the 19th century, taking bits of it away. So this was much higher, and it was reduced in height in the 1980s. So this is, as I said, the church where St. Piran lived and he died. And it's his feast day on the 5th of March, and people come from all around and they parade out here to this particular church here, wearing black, white, and gold. So the saint himself is supposed to have died around 480 AD. Shortly after he died, his body was exhumed, in fact, and parts of it were considered relics. So his arm was apparently in Exeter Cathedral. His head was in the church up in Piran here nearby. So there's the story of an Irishman you may or not have heard about, but they've heard about him here. He is one of the three patron saints, with, as I said, St. Michael's at Petrock here in Cornwall, just like we have three patron saints in Ireland. So I'm delighted to be here, delighted to tell you about St. Piran, and hope you will rediscover one of your great Irish saints who made his name away from Ireland. That's all from Mike's Hidden Histories. More next time.